Welcome back again to my channel, and if you haven't subscribed, please tap on the subscribe button and join. So this is a continuation video. The first was how to draft and cut this beautiful double cone baby girl dress. So in this second video we are stitching. So first of all, I stitched the two sides of the top part, then went ahead to start joining my cones on those marks I made previously on the top and the bottom, but first the top part. I wasn't able to capture that video, but for the top, but I did that for the bottom part. So just hang in there, watch to the end, and you get to see how I was able to fix all the cones. You have to be really careful when fixing this. Be gentle as possible to avoid ruffles and squeezing at the cone point. So that's basically it. The top part is ready. I've attached all the combs neatly. You can see how neat it is. The next thing is to stitch up the under part, leaving the allowance for the zip. You know, I gave 1 inch above the waistline for my zip to end. So I'll stitch from the bottom to that point, then attach my zip. So I've gone ahead to do that right here. As you can see, the zip has been fixed neatly, the bottom part closed. So that's all about the top. Move over to the skirt part to attach the cones neatly. So I tried my best to show you how I did that here. I hope it's clear enough. I really tried my best. I didn't know I wasn't capturing it at a very good angle, and I'd already finished fixing the top. So let's see, you have to cut open the line that you made previously, stopping at that 1 inch mark that we made. Then you attach your cone, you pin under, then you move ahead to the other sharp edge. You mark half inch downwards, you mark the point there, then you go over to the main fabric, you mark half inch from the point where you stopped cutting. Do you understand? Half inch on both the cone and the fabric where you'll be attaching it to, and then match up those 2 points together this way. Watch closely please so you get to understand. Then the next thing, you pin it from the other side and take it over to the sewing machine to stitch. That's just basically it. That's what I'm doing here. So let's go to the sewing machine and join it so you get to see, because here when sewing you have to be very careful, especially when you get to this middle point. You have to be very careful when sewing it. So I've taken it over to the sewing machine, stitch it up. I'm just being careful here. I know this is a manual machine, so it's easier to manage the speed than when using an industrial machine. So I'm just doing that. Once you get to the middle where the needle is, the needle will help you identify where you get to the middle point. Once you get there, with your pin still in your fabric, you raise your sewing machine foot and then turn to the other side, the other edge of the cone, match it up and sew neatly again down. So you do the same thing all through until all the cones have been fixed. And this bottom part, I think there are 13 cones, so I did exactly what you're seeing right here. You see, that's from the middle point. Make sure the cloth under and above is not squeezed. Make sure they are well laid out and you sew. That's just it. That's what I just did all through, and I got a neat finishing which you get to see soon. So this is the first one I've attached. You remove loose threads and voila. So here I've successfully attached all the cones to the skirt pattern or the straight cut we made earlier. So the next thing is to seal up this skirt part, this down part from top to bottom. You seal it up. So you really need to be attentive here. This is where the magic happens. This bottom part will be attached to the lining that we cut earlier. So we join the lining by the sides first, then before we attach it to the skirt. So that's what I've done here already. And if you notice, the right side of the lining is facing the wrong side of the skirt, and the right side of the skirt is facing the wrong side of the lining. So when you turn the top with this lining, the upper part of the dress will be looking so neat. So with my signature finishing, we'll use this lining attached to skirt to line up this blouse that we sewn earlier. If you are still watching and you're enjoying this content, please give us a thumbs up, tap on the subscribe button if you haven't done so, and share your comments, share this video so that other soulmates will get to learn a thing or two. Tap on your notifications and turn it on because you don't want to miss anything here. I will be dishing it hot. Thank you for watching so far. So I've gone ahead to pin all the corners because I'm going to seal it up now. You have to leave the shoulder as usual. My signature sealing. So you leave the shoulder. I've done that now. I've sewn everywhere, closed even the zipper part. You can see how neat it is. The neckline, the armholes, everywhere aside the shoulders. I left the shoulder. That will be the last thing to do. That's the last thing I usually do. So the next thing now is to attach the bow that is on the shoulder. I chose this fabric color because it really complements the dress colors, and it's giving me that really earthy tone and it really came out nice. So I'm just marking out the piece of cloth to use for the bow on the shoulders. This is the small band that the bow will be sitting on the shoulder. So I just make two pieces for the two shoulders, go ahead to stitch it up and then attach it to the sleeve, to the shoulder. You can see before I closed it, the shoulder is still open. So look at it. I've gone ahead to sew it, ironed it, then fix it neatly to the shoulders before I finally close it up like you will see in this video. So our dress is coming together. This is the other longer piece that I'll be ironing now, then use it to make a bow and then fix the bow into this shoulder loop that I've made. Yes, this particular loop, when I close up the shoulder, I'll be fixing it there. So you can see our dress so far. It's coming out beautifully and so neat, guys. It's so neat. So I've done one shoulder. I just came here to show you. I've tied a bow and then I've sealed up the shoulders. You can see how the loop is sitting neatly on it. Then next thing is just to pass the bow into it and fix everything properly. It was coming loose once in a while, so I used a hot glue to make it stable. Just glue it a little bit, will go a long way, and it comes out beautifully. My dress is ready now. Just look at this beauty. If you really love this content, give us a thumbs up, share, and comment.